Well, y'all, it is 10:19 a.m. and it is currently October 11th on Friday. And I woke up pretty early this morning, so I'm considering this my lunch, and I sat down to eat a pizza hot pocket. I open YouTube and I'm scrolling through YouTube and I'm seeing nothing but Young Philly videos. Now this got to me because I am aware of the beta squad. And I was curious to see what allegations were going on with Young Philly. Now, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of background and context just in case you're unfamiliar with anybody we're discussing in today's video. Andreas Felipe Valencia Barrientos, also known as Young Philly, is a British YouTuber and rapper. And he's 29 years old and he was recently arrested in Brisbane before he was extradited to Perth. And now, right now, he is being accused of assaulting a woman in a Perth hotel room after performing at the Hillary's venue last month. Now, a lot of people are familiar with who Young Philly is because of his work with the Beta Squad, and the Beta Squad is a group of 5 English YouTubers: Nico, Chunks, AJ, Sharky, and King Kenny TV. And they created the Beta Squad on February 14th of 2019, and then announced on the 22nd in 2019 that they're going to be moving to a mansion together, and they currently sit right now on YouTube with 10.2 million subscribers. I just want to be very, very clear that everything we're going to be discussing in today's videos are, as of right now, still allegations. There is a court proceeding underway, but as of right now, nothing has been determined. Even though the police do say with the CCTV footage that they have very strong evidence against him to get him for not 1 count of assaulting a woman, but 4 counts. Of course, it's the internet and everybody's going to have opinions and everybody's going to make videos or even comment on those videos talking about what they think about the situation. But I've been seeing a lot of stupid shit. I really have. I've been seeing a lot of stupid people saying stupid shit about the situation. And I watched a video from Katie Clisholm and she said it best. I think everybody needs to sit down, go back to school, and learn what consent truly means.
The Australian Diddy has been exposed. Nah, for real, I'm not making a joke of SA either, but the only thing I will say, I don't even like Philly, so I'm not saying this of a place of like, oh, I'm trying to get up his arse, but genuinely, she's gone back to his hotel room and is now claiming SA. Obviously, if you're going back to the hotel room, how are you not expecting some of that Philly Willy? If he has moved reckless, fair play, he deserves to get locked up. It's disgusting to ever force a woman to do anything they don't want to do. But I think we need to see a little bit more of the evidence, because I'm seeing on the news channels they're saying, yeah, he's been charged for 4 counts of SA and 1 charge of like stopping a woman's circulation. Like, Philly, what you been up to in them sheets, bruv? Jesus. But yeah, Philly, I've just clocked I've got some filter on. Ignore that. But look, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see what happens today with him. But do remember, boys, there are a lot of girls out there that absolutely lie.
Now, for this man here to sit here and say she was asking for it or she knew exactly what she was doing and the intentions of going back to this man's hotel room, he's saying that she just consented to it because she went back to the hotel room with him, saying, what were you expecting? Are you not aware what consent is and how it works? Whether she did give consent, she's able to take it back at any given time, and that needs to be respected. I also hate the stigma around hotel rooms and how if you go to a hotel room with somebody, you're basically asking for it. It's just a hotel room. A hotel room does not automatically grant consent to somebody. Now, I should have led the video with this, but Young Philly is the 29-year-old rapper that we were talking about in this video. He is and was a part of the Beta Squad. I don't know if he will still be after this. But he was charged with 4 counts of penetration without consent and 3 counts of assault occasioning bodily harm. He is also facing a charge of impeding a person's normal breathing or circulation by applying pressure to their neck.
I wouldn't let you marry my family, but yeah.
Why? I'm a good man. What's wrong with me?
No, I have too many stories. Yeah, anyway, yeah.
What stories?
Huh?
Now, we're going to be taking a look at some of his friends who did come forward and speak out about the situation and just give their little 2 cents and thoughts on it. Some of what they say is very interesting. But also, just very quickly, I want to talk about this. It really bothers me why content creators can't just be normal. You can't just be normal. And it really bothers me that content creators such as Young Philly take advantage of their fans. And I feel like they do that more so because of a parasocial relationship. for those of you who don't know what a parasocial relationship is, it's a one-sided connection that a person develops with a celebrity, fictional character, or content creator, any public figure that they don't know. But because they invest time in watching them grow, create content, etc., they build kind of an emotional bond and attachment to that person that, again, is one-sided because they watch their content, they know who they are, but the content creator 9 times out of 10 don't know who the hell they are. And I feel like because of that parasocial relationship, and we've seen it with the Colleen Ballinger and Adam McIntyre situation, this is totally not in relation to that, but that's just an example. We have seen time and time again content creators prey on their fans, just do totally to that parasocial relationship. The content creator thinks, well, they're already a fan of me, so this is going to be like an honor to them. And they probably won't speak out about it because there's a parasocial relationship. Now, a lot of people on the internet are waiting for Chunk to speak out about this, and Chunks, to what my knowledge is right now, has not spoken out about this situation, but there are other friends and members who did speak out. So we're going to be taking a very quick look at that.
First of all, I'm the exact same as yous. I'm shocked. Mental. I cannot comment on legal proceedings. I don't know anything more. Please don't think I do. And it is what it is. We have to just wait for the final verdict.
I feel bad for Ginge. It'll be bad for him. I have seen it. Yeah, I have seen it. It'll be bad for Ginge. People will be all over that tomorrow. I'll say what I've said before. I'm not going to throw someone who's a friend under the bus just by reading one part to it. That's how it goes. Yeah, look, I've seen Twitter, and again, politely, I don't want to discuss things like that because, and also again though, without context and more information, I'm not going to throw someone I consider a friend under the bus.
Of course, these are all allegations because, like I said, yes, the police say there's very strong CCTV footage, but until the court rules the final verdict, right now, all we can say is that they are allegations. Even though if we believe otherwise, like I said, still just legally, we have to say it's allegations. But I find it very concerning that there has been certain people such as this man who are still saying, well, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. I don't want to say anything because, he's a good friend of me. So why would I throw him under the bus just because he's being exposed for being a piece of shit? Like I said, Katie Clisson had a lot to say about this. So I want to go ahead and play a little bit of her video. Then I'm going to be giving my thoughts and opinions after. So let's just dive right into that.
Do you know how hard it is to get somebody charged with any sex-related crime? Do you know how difficult that is? Do you know how hard it is to go to the police with something and have them actually take you seriously? People are saying, like HS just did then, why would you go to somebody's hotel room if you don't want to have sex? And it's this crazy thing that I like to call consent. I know it's insane. I know it's wild, man. It's insane how that works, isn't it? It's crazy how these women can say they want to have sex and then withdraw. Like that's isn't it, man? Like you shouldn't be able to withdraw consent. That's how you motherfuckers sound. Yeah, she was in a hotel room. Oh, that means you're permanently signed up to consent to absolutely everything that happens in that bedroom?
Now, my internet has been super choppy. I have talked about this on and off the past couple days, so I don't know why, but the voice is not matching up with the audio isn't matching up with the face. That's what I more so meant to say. But I agree with her 100% here, and I even said it earlier in my video that just because she went back to the hotel room does not mean that she consented to anything. And even if she did consent, she has the right to take that consent away. Even if they're in the middle of the act, she can be like, hey, you know what, I changed my mind. And he has to respect that. Just like if it was vice versa and the roles were swapped, if he changed his mind, she would have had to respect it. I just find it absolutely baffling when people try to defend actual predators. I find it baffling. And again, like I said, these are all allegations, but it's leading up somewhere. The police are coming forward saying, like, look, we have solid evidence against this case, and we are very confident moving forward with it. And he is currently going through court proceedings. He did get out on bond right now, and I think the bond was $51,000 or $52,000. But this is an ongoing thing. People are quite literally comparing Young Philly right now to Diddy. They're calling him the Diddy of content creation.
Online and people saying stuff like, Young Philly would never do this, wouldn't he? Again, I don't know, but wouldn't he? I think it's also really important to note that the police have said they have strong CCTV footage that's really helping the case. So for anyone that wants to bark up the tree if it's probably not true, although these are allegations and I will keep saying that, bear in mind the police themselves have said they have strong CCTV evidence.
And, you know, going back to what I said earlier in this video about parasocial relationships, I feel like the parasocial aspect is playing a huge role in what people are saying right now on the internet about young Philly. He has a lot of his fans coming to his defense. He would never do that. And as Katie said, but would he? And you don't know him, just like y'all don't know me. And it comes down to, at the end of the day, how you feel about somebody based off of actions and behavior that you've watched them display over a course of time. And right now, the people who have been friends with him and who have been fans of him and watching him for years on the internet are the ones right now who are coming to his defense. Which, again, I just feel like, I understand that guy saying, well, you know, I really don't know what's going on. I don't want to throw him under the bus, but I think you need to take into consideration, if you aren't familiar with the situation, you just shouldn't speak on it at all. Because it's going to make him look bad whenever those police do come out with this evidence, and it puts him behind bars, because now it looks like he was just defending somebody who went around doing vile shit to women. You know what else makes me really frustrated about situations like this? Is whenever a content creator or a rapper, we've seen it happen a lot with rappers, dear God, whenever a content creator or a rapper or even a celebrity, doesn't really matter, just somebody of status and influence, does somebody, 9 times out of 10, you'll have people in the comment section or just talking about it. And they're like, well, she asked for it, or he asked for it, or of course they're going to go back to the hotel room. It's a rapper. Of course they're going to consent to it. They wanted it. And no, that argument pisses me off completely. And I understand some people might, you know, just because they have a following, want to do something with them. But that doesn't automatically mean that everybody else is giving consent just because you have a following or you're of status. And I feel like the people who think that way, that mindset is just absolutely ignorant and just blatantly disgusting. And they genuinely need to further educate themselves.
Who are these people to say that these creators wouldn't do a thing like that? Are we seeing the pattern with content creators these days? Are we looking at the same internet? People saying, it wasn't proven, nothing's been proven. As I said before, usually, if there's not a lot of evidence, they will send you away pretty much straight away. According to Sky News, there's an ongoing investigation with the assault squad detectives. So it's already not just a case of she said, he said. Clearly there's some evidence that has made them to believe that this young woman is telling the truth. It just makes me really sad, because it's another situation where a person of status, money, and you know, a lot of respect, especially from people who are fans of him, especially because this young woman would have been a fan. There's already that weird power dynamic that just making people say that this was a setup, and what a ridiculously insensitive and stupid thing to say. I thought by now the internet would have learned to blame women for turning up to the hotel. And also another shut the fuck up, man, genuinely.
I think it's very important to keep in mind that, you know, like I said, like Katie said, these are strictly right now all allegations. Courts are going underway, so we will get a verdict, I'm sure, soon. When situations like this happen, I've noticed we've had a lot of this happen within the past year, and I've covered a lot of situations like this. More infamously, the Alex versus Alice situation, and then the iNabbers versus Cursed situation. And it comes down to, like I said, that parasocial relationship aspect where his fans believed him, her fans believed her, and there was just a few people in the middle like, I don't know what to believe. And I think it's important as well to take into consideration that people are pretty 50-50 on these subjects. So whenever people do speak forward about it, there's either that handful of people who's like, well, you always believe the victim until proven otherwise. And then there's always the other side of that who's like, you should always believe the person being accused until proved otherwise, because everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But I think it's one thing when people are just coming out and speaking about situations, and it's another thing whenever there's hard evidence to prove the victim's side. If Alice would have just sat down and made a video against I'm Alex and said, hey, this happened to me, internet would have been riled, and I'm sure that if she didn't come forward with hard evidence, I'm sure Alex would have made a video trying to say, no, none of this happened, she's lying for clout, this, that, and the third. But because she ended up releasing it on Twitter through a Google Doc file with videos, photos, text messages, screenshots, all types of situations in a timelined order of what happened, it ran I'm Alex off the internet because he knew he did it and he can't come back from that. And I'm not by any means trying to compare that situation to this one. I'm just more so using that as a reference point to help kind of like get my thoughts where trying to just to explain to y'all how I'm feeling about it. This situation is just incredibly messy, and like I said, it's all allegations, so do your own independent research and form your own thoughts on it. But it is underway in court right now, so like I said, we are going to end up getting a verdict soon to find out what was actually the case with this. And the fact that they said they have really hard evidence with the CCTV footage, I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. But with that being said, I want to know y'all's thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I don't know how many of y'all are going to be familiar with Young Philly. I know I was only a little bit familiar with him, but I have seen things that he said on the internet before, and he's always just given me a bad vibe and just rubbed me the wrong way. I'm interested to see what Kai Cenat has to say about the situation, and I'm very interested to see what Chunks has to say about the situation. I'm not going to lie, I feel like those two responses are what I'm waiting for the most right now, along with that verdict. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts and opinions about anything we discussed in today's video in the comment section down below. And I will catch y'all in the next damn video.